His cardboard box suddenly split open, and the thud of frozen meat hitting the floor drowned out the sound of the store manager shutting his office door. That was how a young woman named Claire ended up trapped inside the storage freezer, chilled to 8°C. At first, she didn't realize what had happened, not until the manager turned off the lights and locked up for the night. That was when the fear set in. Claire banged on the heavy freezer door, her fists echoing hopelessly in the cold chamber. In panic, she flicked on the harsh fluorescent freezer lights, but no amount of brightness could take away the sinking dread inside her chest. Outside, the manager carried on with his phone calls, never noticing the faint sounds of struggle. He walked out of the mall still talking, leaving Claire behind in silence. Frantically, Claire searched her pockets for her phone, only to remember it was left on the counter in the store. Trapped and shaking, she tried everything she could think of. She found a metal cart and rammed it against the freezer door again and again. Her knuckles split. Her palms turned raw, but the door refused to budge. As the temperature dropped lower, she rubbed her hands together until they burned. By chance, her fingers brushed a movie ticket stub in her coat pocket. She glanced at her watch. The last showing was about to end. Grabbing a tray, she crouched near the door, ready. The moment the crowd of moviegoers passed, she slammed the tray against the steel as hard as she could. The chatter of people discussing the film and their late-night dinner plans drowned out her cries for help. The crowd drifted away, and with them went her chants, until a small boy paused, tugged on his father's hand, and pointed toward the freezer door. The father finally looked up from his phone, but as he stepped closer, the tray slipped from Claire's numb hands. She was already too weak, her strength fading fast. One by one, the mall lights blinked out, leaving the building in darkness. Inside the freezer, Claire curled into a ball, her breath shallow, her watch cracking under the bite of the cold. Blood dripped from her nose, her skin stiffening as frost crawled up her arms. She refused to give up. Tearing her shirt in half, she bound her hands and feet with makeshift bandages. But it wasn't enough. Her toes split open from the cold, and every step sent daggers of pain through her body. Then she noticed the twin fans at the back of the freezer, the very source of the icy wind. Summoning her courage, Claire dragged a box beneath them, tore off pieces of cardboard, and climbed up to block the blades. But the cold wind was merciless. As she tried to cover the second fan, the first patch blew away. She slipped and came crashing down, her right foot breaking under the fall. Through tears of pain, she reset the bone by wedging her foot between shelves and biting down hard. She bound it with cardboard and tape, forcing herself to stand again. Searching for food, she found nothing but rock-hard fries, until she spotted a mouse darting past. Where the mouse had scurried from, she found a small piece of chocolate. She ate it desperately, then broke off a corner and placed it near the mouse, as if sharing survival with another lost soul. The freezer temperature plummeted further. Claire lit scraps of paper with a lighter from her bag, even burning her Canadian visa application papers. Her dreams reduced to ash, just for a little warmth. Smoke filled the freezer, choking her until she smothered the fire. Half-burned papers revealed drawings of a warm home, sparking a new idea. With trembling hands, she built a makeshift shelter out of boxes and plastic frames. Crawling inside with the mouse, for a moment, it felt safer. But the freezing air still crept in. When she woke, her arm had frozen to the icy floor. She tore it free with a scream, skin splitting open. The mouse lay dead beside her. Time slipped away. Finally, Claire dragged herself toward the fans again. Using a steel pipe, she pried open the vent. She tried jamming the fan with frozen meat, hurling it again and again, until finally, one fan stopped spinning. Hope flickered inside her. She stuffed more meat into the blades, but she was too weak to stop the second fan. Her vision blurred, skin purple and cracked. Just as she thought it was the end, her hand brushed against a loose screw on the wall. She pulled a hairpin from her hair, twisted, and removed a small panel. Behind it was an escape hatch, but she no longer had the strength to crawl through. Instead, she tapped a tray twice against the opening. One final signal. At that exact moment, Claire's father, who had been desperately searching for her, passed nearby. He froze, listening. To him, even the faintest sound mattered. He rushed to the spot, opening what looked from the outside like an ordinary fire hydrant cabinet. At first, he was about to move on, but then a loud clang echoed, the tray falling from Claire's limp hand. That sound pulled him back. He flung the door open. Inside, Claire lay collapsed on the freezing floor, her body nearly lifeless. And at last, her father found her. She was rescued,